Hey everyone, I wanted to do a quick get ready with me makeup. I do this makeup almost every day because it's very suitable for fall and winter. So let's go. Okay, so I start with my eyebrows and I just do them with an eyebrow gel. I don't do a lot with my eyebrows anymore and I'm kind of glad because it saves me so much time. Then I apply blush on my cheeks before my foundation and it gives a very beautiful and natural effect underneath. Then first I do color correcting on my under eyes. I use a bit of an orange color and then I just blend everything in. Then I sprayed foundation across my hand. I use two foundations. One is very light and one is too dark. So I mix them together to make them match my skin color more, and also I want to use both up. And also in this season right now I am very dry, so I tend to use foundations which are more serum like. And I'm sorry that my sister's arm is in the frame. And I just continue to blend in my foundation. Then I use concealer on my under eyes, and this is the amount I use. I don't use more because otherwise it will look cakey. And because my skin is dry right now, I don't use concealer on other parts of my face because it will then cling to these dry patches a lot. Then I do my blush and I always put it first on my hand before grabbing a brush and then applying it on my cheeks. This will make the application more easier for me and it will also blend in better. Next I use setting powder under my eyes. I use a light pink setting powder and this is for only my under eyes and also setting my eyelids. And for the rest of my face I use another powder. I either use a transparent one or I use a light colored powder. And I just apply it everywhere because I want my makeup to be setted perfectly. And I use quite a lot because I like a matte base and also my T-zone gets very oily, especially my nose. So I use the most on my nose. Next will be my nose contour, and actually my nose contour takes quite a lot of time in my routine. I use a contour palette for it, which usually has a dark shade and a more lighter shade, and I first draw lines with the dark shade and then I go in the lighter shade and blend everything out. And then I use a matte highlighting shade and I highlight the tip of my nose and nose bridge. And then I also grab a shimmer shade and put a bit on the tip of my nose and nose bridge, and also I put it in my inner corners as well. And for eyeshadow I use a base color first. I usually use a light brown shade and I go all over my lids, and then I grab a darker shade and put it on the outer corners. Then I grab a fluffy brush and blend everything out so it won't look too overwhelming, which happens a lot when using darker eyeshadow shades. And especially in this season right now, I like to use dark eyeshadow shades a lot. So now I have to be extra careful with the blending. And everything looks so much more prettier when blended correctly. Then I use a darker shade on my lower lash line. This will add more detail and also fullness. I also apply some on my upper lash line. I start at my inner corner and I stop where my lashes begin. And also I think it creates such a difference when I do this. Next will be eyeliner. I use a liquid eyeliner. It's kinda hard to work with these, but the outcome is beautiful. Then I add some glitter on my eyelids. I really love glitter. I always use glitter on my eyelids. I don't even remember when I just wore a matte eyeshadow look. I'll always add some glitter, unless I create a look where it needs to be matte. Then of course I won't add glitter, but I usually always do it. Then for blush I also use quite a lot of blush, and especially in colder seasons I think the look is very cute. And then I also add glitter on the highest point of my cheeks as a highlighter. Next I do mascara, and I don't know why I glide on my sister like this. And I have a complicated relationship with my lashes. My lashes never stay in place, so because I always do a lash lift I don't have to worry about it anymore. Then I wipe off my lip balm and I grab my sponge again and go over my lips to even out my skin tone. so the color of my lip product will look more even after on. Then I apply lash glue and letting it dry. And while I let it dry, I do my lips. I use the light brown lip liner by Essence and I start to line all over my lips. I also tend to overline my lips a bit, but not too much. And I draw on my cupid's bow, and then from the corner I connect the lines. I also go over again to have it more softer and more blended. My lash glue must have been dried, so I apply my lashes. I use lashes from Shein, but I always cut them in half because it fits my eye shape better. Then I also add a light beige eye pencil on my waterline. It creates a beautiful effect. And lastly will be my lips. I use a lip gloss by Huda Beauty. This shade is very suitable right now for fall and for winter. And overall I love her glosses. So this is the finished look. I do this look very often right now. I think for this season it's very suitable. Thanks for watching and let me know what you think.